Mac, you're not playing Back Warrior, can I? Can I? Damn, did you just swear within the first 7 seconds of a YouTube video? What's a bell? What's a bell? We'll have a game while we're waiting for people to join. It'll take ages for them all to get in. They're all slackers, they'll be. I don't know. Oh, hello. Hi, guys. Hi, Tickets and Neutrinium and Space and a Space. And Word on Watches. I'm still waiting for me Rolex. And Joey. And Stifleblood. And Adam. I'm good. And Bolshevik. Hello. Foxed. Slick Jackal. Gaddy B. Slayer X UK. Thomas. Rustic Geek. Harley and Honda. Oh, what a combo. What a combo. What a combo. My last 3 bikes were Hondas. We'll do Domination. And that's kind of... I've lost my place. Where were we? Oh, there we go. Bad Boy Dakila. Stacks. Thomas. Seth and Michelle Phillips. It's probably not French. I just did a Michelle. I'm feeling... Connor, you should react to some Starfield reviews and pick... Oh, what a great idea. Let's do that. It's the best time in history to be poor because no game is worth buying. Armored Cormac, Armored Core, you slacker. Where you at? Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Calm down. It's coming. Dante. Hi. So, Mac, how much are you hating Starfield? I don't hate Starfield. It's a misconception. I just can't stand it. There's a difference. Hi, Moneybean. Michael Beamer. Yo. Matini. Definitely French. Hi. Christian. Oh, what the fuck? No, he's not called Christian. What the fuck? Can you imagine? What's his surname? It's what the fuck? It's Christian Pirakuev. I think I nailed that pronunciation. Oh, Jack Road, Joey Clover, Gramminant, Max Umbra, Bolshevik, Dr. Bob. My doctor's in. Hi, doctor. Don't worry, I'll be. Yeah, no, it's not. We're away. I do apologize, guys, but oh wow, look at the color of his mech. I didn't think you'd all be joining us fast, so I started searching for a. What the fuck, mate? Mate. Is that a Battle Master? It is. I can tell by the arm. Sorry, mate. I'm ramming your ass. You can't. I was like ramming, like. Like start the stream again. Damn. It's bad. Mac, don't you think you haven't given Starfield enough time for it to fully show its potential? You're kind of right there. Like I haven't. I mean, I've only played it for 22.5 hours. That's nowhere near enough time to see if a game's good. Yeah. Oh yeah, I played RuneScape. Not for long, but I did play it. That's such an old game.
Target
like
acquired.
It's an oldie. Yeah, we've had a great day. I've been off. I've had 2 days off, and it's been glorious weather. We had my mother around. We had a barbecue, the paddling pool out. The dog was going mental in the paddling pool. It was awesome. Everybody got soaked. Me and Cass went out to the farm shop, had a nice meal. And yeah, it's been good. I've had a really good 2 days of relaxing. I haven't read a single comment on my Starfield video. Pretty much, other than the first 5 or 6 when I released the video. So I've kind of kept away from all that nonsense. Because I knew the Sony fanboys would be out. Absolutely pouring it into the Xbox fans, and the Xbox fans would be having to go at me, so I just thought, Mac, just stay out of this war. This the phony war between the consoles. It's so annoying, really. But yeah, I've kept it well away from all that shite.
New target acquired.
Right, just punch back.
Target spotted.
New target
But
acquired.
yeah, I was just gonna chat about.
Target spotted. Target
Oh, sorry,
spotted.
mate. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. Don't know what's over there, but it's not me anti-Frida, that's for sure. Oh, a bit of friendly fire there. I do apologise. I do apologise.
We've destroyed target Alpha.
Good. But I'm not happy here. I'm not happy. I'm not a happy
New
chappy
target
here.
acquired.
You know what? This is where I'll be more happy around this corner, I think.
Target spotted.
That don't know, Flick. We're all gamers, aren't we? Whether we're on PC, console, we're all kind of gamers. I hate the fact that we have these exclusives, you know.
New target
And
acquired.
the Xbox people feel that they need to get one over on the PlayStation and vice versa. And if PlayStation releases shit big exclusive, the Xbox fans dive on it and take the piss and vice versa. And I knew that was going to happen with Starfield. Because it was the Xbox fan... Oh, there we go. That's where I want to be. Right there. The Xbox people kind of... It was their last... Let's be honest. Starfield was their last chance at getting anything back this year. Mate. Watch your back, son. Watch your back. Let's just... There you go. There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You just wreck the face. You wreck the face. You wreck the face. You make them eat ballistics.
Acquired.
Mate, you get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You're welcome, son. There's a lag on my warhorn. That was my warhorn going off to signal that I killed somebody.
Affirmative. Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Oh, Stalker. You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm going to exploit that gap that I've just made by killing that guy. I'm going to flank them.
Target spotted.
Although there's not many
Target
left.
destroyed.
Or whatever there is
Target
left.
spotted.
I'll go around. I'll be with you in a second for a chat. Just... dear.
Target
Yourself, son?
spotted.
Coming through. Oh, we've got one right here. One right here. There he is.
Target spotted. Thanks.
Hello?
Target acquired.
Hello?
Target destroyed.
Hello? Oh, another kill. 3 kills to Mac.
Target spotted.
Let's be fair, they were already half dead, like. Stompy. There's only one guy left, and by the time... Oh, he's wrecked. Look at this. He's dead. He's dead. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Command is happy to hear of your success and achievements on the surface.
Achievements, guys. It's not trash. Starfield is not trash. I refuse to
that was right.
condone that. Starfield is not trash.
Target practicing.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what people are saying. Yeah, armored cores. Little tiny mechs. Exosuits. Is Kevin Spacey with there? Yes, the dog's chewing a chew toy in the background. Well, here's the thing with Starfield, right? The thing with Starfield, it's Bethesda. And whether you like Bethesda or not, and I pretty much don't like them anymore, they have made some cracking games in the role-playing genre. The first time I played Morrowind, it blew me away. Oblivion blew me away even more. Skyrim still blew me away, but not as much as it did with Oblivion. Fallout 3 blew me away more than Skyrim, but not as much as Oblivion. But these were times where we hadn't explored these genres, so you cannot really compare them to 2023, where we've kind of explored all these genres. Back in the 90s, these were new kind of experiences, So you have to get that you can't do that again. But even so, the games back then were highly immersive. And when you're doing a role-playing game, you want to just get into that game and forget about the world, forget about all the shite that's going on in real life, and you want to just get absorbed in that game, locked into that game as the character that you are, and just love it. That's why I love role-playing games, because that is what it's about. It's about just getting in there and just being that person. And to do that in space would be awesome. Elite Dangerous never did that because you weren't really the character. You didn't have the avatar to run around. So you can discount Elite, even though the space fight was fantastic in that. No Man's Sky was more of just a, what's the point of it? It did have great aspects, No Man's Sky, but it didn't have the role-playing elements. Now, Starfield claimed to have it all. It did. Let's be honest, that 40-minute preview that they did a couple of months ago, it kind of like claimed to have it all. They couldn't stop touting the fact that these are the same devs that made Fallout and Skyrim. So you were kind of like thinking, whoa, here we go. This is going to be just the best role-playing game ever, because it's 2023. We have these amazing game engines, great graphics. It's going to be in space. We've never really done it in space like that. And then what do we get? A fucking loading simulator. A loading simulator. Screenshots. Just blank screens everywhere. Go on the lift, blank screen. All the time. It was almost like the game was trying to force you out, absolutely force you out of being immersed. And that's why I hated it when I was playing it. It was just, I wanted it. Well, I didn't hate it. I just wanted it to be more. And it just never ever became more. What I did find is that I found a good looter shooter. I was looking for an RPG and I found a pretty decent looter shooter. And it was just, that's what sucked. So that's why, I would have given it 2 out of 10 if it didn't have the looter shooter. If it didn't have like a decent looter shooter. I had some great times in the game, all doing first-person shooting. I never had any great times doing space combat. I never had any great times with the story or character interaction. But I had some really cool firefights in corridors and that, where the enemy was ducking behind barricades, and that they were like higher level than me, so they had better weapons. And it was, that bit was fun, but unfortunately that's not what I wanted to see in Starfield. I wanted to see a very immersive role-playing game, and it just isn't that. I don't care what anybody says, it isn't that. You can lie through as much as you want, and you can put as much selected video out there, cut bits out here, cut bits out there, to kind of like say, oh, look at how immersive this is. But at the end of the day, when you play it, nah, it's not. It's a looter shooter in space with role-playing elements. And do you know what? What I didn't mention in my review, deliberately, because I could have wrecked it even more. The wokeness in that was pretty bad. I mean, it's just, I've got to be careful what I say here, like I'm on YouTube, but yeah, I'll not say it. It's I have to kind of have to be careful, because you can't just say what you want anymore. But there was things in that game that just like
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Yeah, that. So yeah, it's thanks, Jose, for saving me there. It's just crazy, Crazy. Read the comments. Say it! Say it! Say it! Say it! Say it! God, say it, Mac. Do it! Oh. Yeah. Hello? I even know why I'm shouting say it. Dogs come over to see if I'm alright. It's not garbage. It's not garbage at all. It's not garbage. Pay to say it. Oh, hey, we don't live in a democracy in the UK. If I was American, I'd say it straight away. But we're in the UK. It's a different set of rules. Like, you got to be careful what you say in the UK. You get arrested for fuck all over here at the minute. It's just, yeah. And the amount of Xbox people in the stream all recording every word I say. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm not fucking stupid, man. No. Y'all know what I'm talking about, so you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to say it. It's the thing is, this is what people don't seem to understand. Well, a lot of you do. People who regularly watch the channel know that I was absolutely devastated at how bad Starfield was, because I don't think there's a single gamer out there wanted it to be great as much as I did. I've been looking for. I fell for all the hype. I was touting it as possible game of the year. I was so stoked, for want of a better word, to actually play it. I really wanted it to be good. I was willing that game to be awesome, because I love space games and I love RPGs. And I was devastated, and that's not an understatement. I was devastated at how bad the game. When I was playing it, I was just like, oh my goodness, no. Oh, no. I was just gutted. My life juice was seeping out of me as I was playing it. It was just fucking devastating to play. I mean, like I've just mentioned before, I loved all the old Bethesda games. And I kind of thought, well, they're on the home turf here, you know. They're the kind of kings of first-person RPGs. They just are. I mean, you know, you kind of compare it to Baldur's Gate and all that. That's a different type of RPG. You know, Bethesda don't do that type of RPG. They do your first-person stuff, you know. And I just thought, you know, they're going to do this. They know how to dance. They know the fucking dance. They've done all the you know, your Skyrims, your Elder Scrolls stuff. They've done all that. They did all the Fallouts that, well, they did from 3. And it was just kind of, why wouldn't they be able to do this in space? I'll never believe them again. Bethesda's now dead to me. That's it. I don't fucking believe a word that Todd says anymore. Now, a lot of people were like that after Fallout. I give them this one chance with Starfield, but now they go fuck themselves. There's just, in fact, to be honest with you, I've kind of lost faith in all of the big AAAs now. It's all just smoke and mirrors and bullshit, you know. And do you know what? The fucking state of some of these YouTube reviews, all they're doing is they're just protecting damage fucking limitation on their channel. That's all they're doing. Oh, it's a great game. I said, fuck. On no fucking planet is Starfield a great game. I'm sorry. It's a role-playing fucking game. That's what it is. And if you think that's a good role-playing game, then you're fucking deluded beyond belief. You want to see a good role-playing game? Go and play Baldur's Gate 3. That's a role-playing game. I mean, go back to any of the old Elder Scrolls game. That's a role-playing game. Go and play New Vegas. That's a role-playing game. Then come back and play Starfield. It's a fucking looter shooter. Honestly. God. These absolute cowards. That's what they are. It's a fucking bunch of cowards. It reminded me of Cyberpunk. Remember when Cyberpunk came out? And the absolute state of Cyberpunk. And you had the very same people. Oh, it's a great game. What? What? Are you insane? Just, fuck it. Honestly, it's just, it's sad, isn't it? It's sad where we are. 2023. with all the money in the gaming industry, the absolute technology we have now, the huge teams of developers we have now, and that's the state of what you get for 85 fucking quid. This game's free and it's 10 times better. Oh, dear, 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 dear. What a mess. What a mess. What an absolute mess gaming is. It's so sad. Cheers, Simon. Simon says, Dark Souls. Cheers, Dragon's Fear. Starfield's world building sucks. There's no lore at all. I'll always be me. Look, I'll keep being me. You've got to be careful what you say, but I won't stop calling it out when I say it. I mean, you know, you have to. You have to. The easy route is to not call it out, stay in everybody's good books, get all the big keys early on, make your big bucks, because you'll get like 4 times as many views if you have a review out before the game releases. Yeah, I know the dance. You know, you can see why people do it. Money first, integrity second. Sorry, shall I read some comments? Stalker might be good. Well, I've just posted in my Discord tonight that if I don't even say it because I don't want to tempt fate, but if Space Marine 2 is shit, I'm pretty much done with the big games because fucking hell, man. Well, isn't Lies of P just another Souls-like game? I mean, I might be getting it mixed up with something else, but I'm pretty sure it is. Unless there's been that many Souls-like games, really. Everybody's doing Souls-like now. It's just, what the hell. But yeah, Stalker 2 is one that I'm really looking forward to. I love the Stalker games. Very atmospheric. Cheers, Jody. Game set 300 years plus into the future of our universe. No communication. I know. Fuck me. Blizzard, anything good? Nah. No, I don't. I don't have faith in any of them anymore. I think they've all been kind of... the creation engine 2 is 32 times the detail. You know. And how can you trust these people anymore? How can you? They just constantly let us down. Armored Core 6 review is coming this year. Don't worry, it's coming. As is Resident Evil. The new remake that came out a few months ago, that's all coming before Game of the Year releases on the 31st. So, you know, I'm gonna do them all, but I'll do them in my own time, like kind of thing, you know. Blizzard's not the company it used to be. Cheers, Rue. I really hope that Starfield was going to be a revolutionary game. I voted for Daniel Paul, but sadly it broke my heart. I'm done. Yeah, I know, you're not the only one. It broke mine as well, kind of. We all expected it to be so. Atomic Heart doesn't suck. Atomic Heart is an alright game. It's not a great game, but it's certainly not a bad game. Atomic Heart was alright. I'm not excited for Outer Worlds 2, no. Nah, I'm not. I'm excited for Space Marine 2. I'm excited for Stalker 2. I'm really looking forward to them games. Any thoughts on GTA 6? Not good. They're not good. I don't think GTA 6 is going to be great. I really don't. Yeah. Well, I've always said the best way I think to review a game is immediately after you stop playing it, without scripts. Don't do any scripting. Just press record after once you're done with the game. Just press record, because then you get your true passionate feelings, whether they're great or awful. But once you sit down for 3 fucking days planning every word you say and typing your little fucking scripts out, then no. Then it becomes a corporate message and not a review. And that's why my reviews are a bit all over the place, but they're full of passion, because as soon as I've finished playing, I'll say to Cass, right, I'm done with the game. Leave the room and lock the door. And she goes out, takes the dog, locks the door, and I just press record. And then whatever comes out my mouth, I haven't a fucking clue what comes. I have no idea what's going to come out my mouth except what's inside my gut. And that's why I review games that way. And that's why some people don't like them, because they're not structured in the sense of all that. But I don't care. It's honest. At least you get honesty, you know? You don't get, oh, that doesn't sound right, Mac. Let's type it like this. Oh, fuck off. No, just whatever is right, just that's the way it is. So, cheers, Real Viking. Appreciate that. And, yeah, sorry, what?
Yelling and bells from the room.
That's the best way, I think. Like, well, Elden Ring won Game of the Year on my channel last year, so Elden Ring is a way better game than Starfield. Once they fixed it, when it first launched, it was awful because it was broken on the PC, but it's a lot better now, of course. But yeah, Starfield's out tomorrow, so you know, be my guest. Play it. Watch your time. Watch your time on it. Don't go over 2 hours. Get hell. Yeah, well, apparently there's a whole subreddit about my review and everybody's abusing me on it. I haven't looked at any of the comments. I'm not interested anymore and all that. So, I'm just moving on. I did play the Outer Wilds. I wasn't a fan, to be honest. God, there's a lot of people in this stream, and it's hard to keep up with the comments, so I do apologise. I'm trying my best to kind of skim read them. Normally I only get a few hundred people in. I've got like, there's about 600 at the minute or something, so it is hard. I do apologise. Mac needs a walk score. Elden Ring does have a lot of soul, yeah. I'm not too keen on some of the combat in Elden Ring, but bloody hell, I love the open world. It's fantastic. I love the sense of dread you get when you go around a corner and you meet some. Hello, neighbour too. Oh. They both run well now, JD, but I had to review it on the PS5 because the PC version was just awful. And I'm going to review Armored Core 6. Absolutely, I am. Yeah, I have the game. I've already started playing it, so GTA 6 will be amazing. I doubt that. From what I've seen, I mean, you know, the jury's still out on that. I'll, you know, until I've played it, I won't sort of obviously decide. But I think that AAA gaming is fucked, and until the culture changes, it's going to remain well and truly fucked. That's my personal opinion. There's too many boxes have to be ticked to make good games anymore. The hands is bound of the developers by these absolute morons who are running the show. And until they are removed from the gaming industry, because they have no business being in the gaming industry, and we are allowed people with creativity and talent to take over the direction of big AAA games, I don't think we're ever going to get really good AAA games again. We're in the depression of AAA gaming, unfortunately. So if you want the good games, definitely look to indie. Do you know what? This year has been one of the worst years for gaming. However, it's been one of the best indie years. I've had some fantastic fun this year gaming on indie games, but you know what? I'm very hard pressed to think of any AAA games that have really floated my boat, sort of thing. So yeah, it's been one of them years. I thought it was going to be the worst year ever for gaming, but it's turned out to be one of the best, but pretty much with indie. There has been a few decent double A's. Cheers, Real Viking. You're getting No Man's Sky. Well, we're all playing it on my Discord at the minute. I just installed it yesterday, and we're gonna be there'll be a few No Man's Sky streams coming, I predict. So there's that. Cheers, Jody, for joining the membership. I appreciate that. It all helps. especially when I get screwed over so much on YouTube. But you know, that's the way it is. Got the dog. Can you just shut the door? Should be barking at nothing else. Be Todd going past. I'm playing Saints Row, and it's really that Saints Row is just. I wouldn't even feed that to me dog, to be honest. Man, Starfield best game, yeah. Hogwash, what Starfield is, yeah. It's not. Look, if you want a good looter shooter, play Starfield. You'll love it. But if you want a good RPG, you're not gonna. I don't think I'll be doing Formula 1 2023 this year. It's amazing, is it? Well, since I have a disabled right arm now, I haven't tried my steering. Well, my steering wheel blew up anyway. But I am thinking of getting a new wheel and pedal system and see if I can now. I feel that I can use one now on my arm. It's the joysticks that I can't use anymore. Sucks, but I am going to give that a go as well soon. So. And I want a new VR system as well, because mine's so out of date, and VR seems to be really pumping out some great games at the minute that I've really missed out on. So I played Splinter Cell. I got that free with a graphics card, an AMD graphics card back in the 90s, I think. Or the noughties it was. Splinter Cell was really good fun. Indie games are the salvation of the R. Well, Baldur's Gate, I'm not playing that at the moment until they release the patch or the mod that allows, I think is it going to be 6 players? I can't wait to do that, so I'll be streaming that when it gets that. X4 Foundations, I've got that. I like the X games, they were really good. No more Saints Row. Yeah, the originals, I played one of them on Max Honey years ago. That was really good fun. The characters were hilarious. Now, what the hell? Go broke, I guess. I mean, look at Violation. Look what happened to Violation. I mean, I went bankrupt myself in 2001. I know what it's like to lose everything. It's a horrible thing, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And you know, but when you look at Violation and why they went down, I mean, obviously they're going to go down when they release shite like that. What do you expect? I mean, fuck me. I don't know what people expect. I mean, what the hell? Thanks, Brady. Appreciate it. What's worse, a single £60 game that turns out to be a letdown, or a good game with horrible monetization? Oh, what a question. How can I answer that? Monetization, I think. I deplore that in games. Yes, I'm doing Assassin's Creed. I'll be doing all the AAA games I will cover before the 31st of December. You know, so yeah, they'll all be done. Do you know what I dare admit this. Do you know what game I'm actually thinking might be the AAA savior of this year? I daren't say it now. I'm bottling. Okay, I think it'll be Call of Duty. Yes, I'm being an arse and I'm falling for it again. But you know what? That open world team kind of conquest mode has really got me thinking. That sounds awesome. Teams in open world against progressively harder enemies. That sounds great. But you know it's probably a pack of fucking lies. It's Activision. You know what I mean? It sounds great on paper, but will it actually? Look at everybody just laughing. Well, yeah, I know. But you gotta admit it sounds good, yeah? No, they don't. They're just... What happened to the real Mac? Oh, dear. It sounds alright. Caden, it does. It does. It's not so much getting old, but it gets kind of stressful. I mean, when I reviewed Starfield, I knew when I pressed the button that made it public, it's like imagine having a button and you press it and thousands, tens of thousands of people are going to be abusing you all over the internet if you press that button. I mean, that's what you're faced with when you do reviews that are kind of honest. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's why I took 2 days off afterwards. I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to stay off the internet. So, yeah, but it does get kind of, it's stressful, but it does get depressing as well because you want games to be good. You really do. And for some reason at the moment, we are in this crazy place where we've been for about 8 or 9 years now, where the vast majority of big companies are incapable of producing really good games. There's a couple of exceptions, obviously, but my goodness, if you look back, look at some of my older videos where I've compared years, you know, like a decade apart, and you'll just see how many great games were released in the like noughties, you know, and then compare them to now. I mean, if you get 3 AAA games in a year now that are pretty good, you'll have every gaming journalist say it's been a fantastic year for gaming. I mean, think about that. But that's true. If you get 3 pretty good big games, oh, what a great year it's been for games. What? We used to have like 8 or 9 or 10 big games a year that were fucking awesome. Now we're lucky if we get 2 or 3. I mean, this year we haven't had any. To be fair, that I can think of off the back of the top of my head, like, you know, it's just been. Yeah. I'll twiddle me neck. I've got a Switch. I've had a Switch for about a year now. I wasn't massively impressed, to be honest. Well, Pipes, I'm not playing MechWarrior Online tonight. I just had it for something on the screen, you know. So, Factorio, Rimworld, yeah. You know what? I'm looking forward to Satisfactory. I mean, I've been playing that now. It's been in for a few years now in early access, so I'm looking forward to that. That's a great game. I think Empires of the Undergrowth's one of the best real-time strategy games I've ever played in my life. That's fantastic. That's going to take some beating. I think that's this year as well. Yeah, I agree that this is probably the worst year for AAA gaming. Like, I mean, I can't believe how bad it's been. I mean, look at the state of Redfall. I mean, my goodness. Oh, Payday 3. Good call, Lucas. Yes, I think Payday 3 is... I mean, Payday is a great franchise. I mean, they're not awesome, but you have a laugh in Payday. And we've got Payday 3 coming. I mean, I hope it's good. I really do. How's me arm? I remember you have a pretty serious broken arm. Oh, by the way, thanks, Clem. And you were afraid if you recover from it. It's stuck at 90 degrees, and I can't rotate my wrist more than 45. No, I can 45-degree rotation on my wrist, and I can only bend my arm to 90 degrees. But I can still drive and I can still play games. I can't use a joystick properly, but I don't have a huge amount of pain anymore. So it's just, it is what it is. Like. Thanks, John. Would you review Warframe? I doubt it. Thanks, Unpass. Have you seen Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? What the fuck? It's a way better Jet Set Radio. I don't know what that is, so no. Yeah, Redfall was awful. I get it. Mac, you need to use the bell on your when you're lighting me bell. This is the last one. Do you know how many bells I go through? My supplier's gone bust. I don't know why. I thought I was keeping them afloat. Oh, I loved Far Cry 2. I kept getting diseased in that. Far Cry 1 was better in the sense that it blew me away the first time I played Far Cry. So yeah. Dreamcast guy did he mentioned a lot of my points. That's good then. I'm pleased people are mentioning this because, do you know what? I don't know if you guys have seen and noticed here, but there is a bit of a turn in some of the mainstream reviews. They're not all shilling like they normally would. I mean, let's be honest, IGN gave Starfield a 7. Now, forgive me IGN, but an IGN 7 generally means it's a 5 because they do tend to overdo it. But, I mean, a lot the YouTubers all, you know, shagged it. But I kind of think that 7 score from IGN was about right. I think it's a 5, a 4.5 to a 5. So, yeah. I preferred Far Cry 3. I mean, but I understand why a lot of people think Far Cry 2 is better. But I just loved the story in Far Cry 3. I loved the characters in Far Cry 3. Fantastic. The gunplay in the X-ray vision thing with the tagging was a bit...
What the fuck?
Here we go.
X-ray vision. X-ray vision. X. I said that's not fun. You need X-ray. I don't need with the X-ray vision.
They give Alien Isolation a 7. I know. Oh, I know they've fucked up a lot, but I'll be reviewing Armored Core 6. I've said it a few times in the stream, but if you've just joined, yes, I will be reviewing Armored Core 6. I own the game, and I will be reviewing it. Yeah, well, I kind of like the gunplay. I like the whole crafting in Far Cry 3 as well. You know, you felt like you're out there crafting your ammo packs and all that. It was just a great game. Like, yeah. Spider-Man 2, I don't think so. The first Spider-Man I did on PS5, was it 4? It was the PS4 a couple of years ago. It was all right. I enjoyed it. I think I thumbed it up. I think I give it 7 out of 10. It was fun to play that kind of combat with Spider-Man, but I couldn't do it over and over again. You know, it was just like, oh yeah, this is fun, kind of. Well, I'm still waiting for Alpha. Sorry, what is it? In Star Citizen, Squadron 42, is it? I'm still waiting for that. I mean, they kind of turned Star Citizen into a first-person shooter. Must have been taking lessons off Todd. We just talked about Violation going down salt and pepper about 20 minutes ago. It was just like, well, if they'd come to me and they says, hey, Mac, look, we're going to release this game. It's called Saints Row, whatever it was, 7, 10, whatever. And here it is. Do you think this will make us go bust? I'd have said yes. And I could have saved them, but they didn't consult with me. So that was a shame. I played a Transformers game on the Commodore 64 in the late 80s. Does that count? A pirated one on a cassette. Ashamed. I am Macalai. You might get more views if you do Star Citizen soon due to Starfield. Yeah. Well, I've got a few games lined up for this week that I'm starting tomorrow. So Killing Floor 3, I mean, I'm gonna just dive into a game as well and shoot somebody. But yeah, Killing Floor 3, I don't know. I mean, they were fun, the Killing Floor games, but yeah, David Brabham's he's left Frontier now, hasn't he? He's kind of retired. Good luck to David Brabham. I like David Brabham. Unlike these maps. It's going to be that, isn't it? Which I hate. I'm going to try and get Caustic Valley. It'd be ×2. Ooh, I'm winning. Come on. Go on. 1. Yeah, we got Caustic. I'll take Caustic. I'm looking forward to Stalker 2, Space Marine 2, Payday 3. Definitely all. Well, would Space Marine 2 be classed as a AAA game? Or we're talking AA? I haven't looked at the price of any of them games. So I'm not really sure how much to review FIFA. Oh no. Did you play the original Homeworlds? I did. Homeworld 1, like the first Homeworld, was so good, so immersive. When you were like as an astronaut, remember that? Oh, it was great, man. I am excited for Homeworld 3. If it's like, you know, if it sticks to the original kind of game. This is MechWarrior Online. It's multiplayer. It's all PvP. There's no AI in this. So players versus clears. Is it double A? Is it double A plus? Aye. I was never a massive Bioshock fan, to be honest with you. Well, I've purposely not played Valheim for what, 2 years? So I'm waiting till that really launches with all of the stuff. Then I'm starting from scratch, putting up a server for me patrons, and we're all going to dive in that, and it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. Volty's in this, is he? Oh, Volty. He is. You're right.
Reactor online. Sensors
He snuck
online.
in.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
When
This is
I
command.
played Starfield.
Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
I don't know. The bell sounded a bit rough there, didn't it? Move your ass, mate. I'll go around you then, if you're just going to stand there like a tin of milk. Oh, there's Volly's and the baby. That's the Annihilator. Mean baby. I've got that mech. It's a cool mech. At least one of my patrons will stick with him and see what happens. Defend him at all costs. You know what? A lot of people have said that I should play Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Because remember, when I reviewed Age of Empires 4, that was the first Age of Empires game I'd ever played. And people says, oh, well, look, 2 is actually better. So maybe I will do that. If I get lost for kind of games to play. Because I did enjoy 4. It was fun.
Target spotted.
But apparently a little... Oh, I'm stuck on that pipe. Oh, come on. Pick your feet up, lad. Get over that pipe.
Target
Oh.
acquired.
Target spotted.
We have enemies. By the time the Gatling guns wound up, he took cover. Look at the missiles coming down. Well, he's got AMS, anti-missile system, which is helping. But they've got a missile boat just over that ridge. And I cannot really get to it. I'm going to try it. Bet there's a fucking load over this ridge. Fuck it, let's push. If I can get me teeth into this guy. Oh, he's behind that next hill. Or he's on the hill. He's just over that hill.
Negative.
Just over that hill. Any way to flank these? Yes. Enough. I'm going to go around here. I'm going to... Enough fire. I do apologise for not being able to read the chat at the minute, but
Target spotted.
there's pew pew to be done.
Flanking us.
Watch your backs, guys.
Always.
Let me at him, man. Let me at him. Watch me back. I'm just charging. I'm charging. There's only 10 of them. Look at me freaking
Sorry,
back.
I creased you there, Mac.
Yeah, You should be sorry as well, mate. My
Ooh,
arse,
get
I've
back
got...
and bounce. Back and bounce.
Oh, shit. Oh, I got one-shotted.
Experiencing some losses. Don't
I literally got one-shotted. Mach 1 has killed Mach 1. What?
They've got a firing line set up along the Echo line. 6-5.
I demand a steward's inquiry. Mach 1 killed Mach 1. What? I wasn't overheating. Did I go out of bounds? Oh, no. Really? Well, hang on. All them are out of bounds.
25% of the enemies are...
No, I didn't go out of bounds. Oh, I did. Yes, he killed himself. We've all killed our... Oh, everybody's killed themselves. Like, everybody has killed themselves. Our whole team. Our whole... Oh, yeah, destroyed by... Look at this. Everybody's killed themselves. Our whole team.
Keep pushing.
Our whole team. That was hilarious. I've never seen that happen before. First time I've been out of bounds. Like, we lost like half our team there to out of bounds.
Warning, incoming missile.
There's Volley. We'll spectate him.
Warning.
Who's not out of bounds? They all followed me into the fire. Oops.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more soldiers.
Come with me if you want to die.
Target acquired.
Oh my goodness, that hurt. Does anybody else know any games that have
Target acquired.
out of bounds? That just released recently. I can't think of any really.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Epstein. Oh, no.
Back our forces. We're detecting no more hostiles. Good job, soldiers.
Okay, let's enough said about that, the better. Sorry, the least said about that, the better. Let's get out of that. I know, out of bounds. I'll know next time. I've only been playing the game for 14 years, so. I daren't even look at the Starfield forum to see how excited everybody is. I don't get it. Why would you be excited about a game that got 7 out of 10 on IGN? I did go in V-Rising a few months ago. I did a vid on it. Yep. Another Armored Core 6 post, yeah. I'm doing Armored Core 6 this year. But they feel more like exosuits than mechs in that. I reckon, I still think Starfield will get very positive on Steam, mind. I think people will just hit the positive just because of Xbox. Yeah, I feel bad for them. I really feel bad for them. I feel really sorry for Xbox users. They've been kind of really shortchanged, like. I mean, PlayStation users aren't much better off, to be honest. But, yeah, it is sad. State of games that we get now. And I've never played Armored Core at all, like any of the previous ones, so. When I did play it for 10 minutes, I think, but I was called away, so I kind of, the game was kind of just sitting left running, and I can't remember what I had to do. I had to do something. When I came back, I had to do something else, so I just switched it off, and then Starfield kind of dropped, and it just got put on the back burner. I didn't like the first 10 minutes of Armored Core. I was shocked at how small the mechs were. They were tiny. And the combat felt very, very shallow. Just lock on and press a button. It was all, what the hell? There was very little aiming going on. It was just, and skating along with thrusters was like, and I was flying as well. I was like flying and skating, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I had this big sword as well. And I'm like, I'm more of a mech warrior, Earth Siege kind of guy. So I don't know if I'm going to like Armored Core 6. And I've heard that it has bosses, like really bad bosses. There's one begins with a B that a lot of people are stuck on apparently. And I'm like, oh, God, why do they do this? I don't understand the mentality of these Souls-like games where you put a boss that will one-shot you if you don't get the combination right, and you've got to sit and learn his fucking combination. You know, this. You know, can we go back to Starfield a second? You know the lockpicking in Starfield? I hate it. I absolutely despise. That's something else I missed out in my review. The lockpicking. I think it's hideous. The lockpicking in Starfield, because it's not like a lockpicking that you could ever. You'll never feel that. If anybody ever fails on the lockpicking in Starfield, you need to sort yourself out, like, because you can't feel it, because there's no pressure at all to do it. The game kind of pauses behind you, so you can spend as much as you want doing that, and it's just a glorified memory game. You just kind of, even on the advanced locks, they're like expert ones, where you have all the different layers, and you know, maybe 10 possible things. You just kind of have to remember which ones is for the outer, and then you know you don't use them again for the next layer. Then you'll remember which ones are for the next layer, and you don't use them for the next layer in. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, what's that about? That's not how you pick a fucking lock. I much prefer the Skyrim version. The Skyrim version was more, you could snap your lockpicks, you know? It was like, fucking, it's there. I'll go right a bit, left a bit, right a bit. That felt more genuine. This is bullshit that they've got in Starfield. Absolute garbage. So that was another thing I could have mentioned as well. So, you know, I went easy on Starfield. Yeah, exactly, Shinigami. No, I haven't. I didn't even know there was a sandbox mode in that. Oh, cool. I've still got MechWarrior 5 installed. I did like that game. Yes, I'm going to review the Cyberpunk DLC and see just what the state of that game is after, what, 2 years? Yeah, you did. Yeah, exactly. It's multiple boxes and instances, yeah. Well, all I did was write down which ones that I had used and which ones I hadn't, so it was kind of easy. I didn't really have any trouble at all with the lockpicking once you kind of eliminate the keys. Like I say, you can't really fail on it because you can set up all the keys before you start it, and so you know for sure that you have 100% chance of unlocking it. And I didn't like that. I liked the whole poking around there and bending and it was like you feel the strain almost as the key shook, as the, you know, not the key, but the lockpick was shaking. You're thinking, fuck, it's gonna snap. I loved that tension. We never got any of that in Starfield. It was just like, yeah, take an hour if you want. Take a fucking hour. Use your phone to photograph it all if you want. You know, do whatever. It doesn't matter that there's a guard 6 feet away who's been distracted by your companion who might come back at any second. Oh, hell no, that doesn't happen. He's frozen in fucking time, Mac. Spend a whole day, take the dog for a walk, come back and... It was just bollocks. Absolute fucking bollocks it was for an RPG. It's like you didn't have any of that, oh shit, there's a guy gonna come back on his patrol, get this fucking pick in and it's shaking like fuck, left a bit, right a bit. None of that. Go on your fucking holidays and come back and finish it if you want. It's just, oh god. Garbage. Cheers, Jake. Can you ring your bell if you... I just rang it. I'll ring it again. There you go. In fact, I'll ring it again for the fucking lockpicking. It was just garbage. Absolute garbage. Yeah. Your boy beat the boss in an hour. You could... Yeah. He's probably got ninja reflexes. Yeah, but that's because you practiced show, Keon. I mean, you know, if you should be allowed to get good, you know, if you know what I mean. Cheese vessel. It's very early in the USA. Yeah. Well, we go to bed now early. We go to bed at like 10:30 because Cass starts work at 8. We've got a dog which likes to be out at 7, so I'm streaming early because I'll be going to bed soon. Yeah, we're gonna give her a quick walk, like. Hi, Lauren Fernandez. There's your shout out and there's your bell. The wife of Bralus. He sounds like a gladiator, doesn't he? Bralus. Bralus Maximus. Did I watch the latest Indiana Jones film? No, I haven't. No. My goodness. I have not. Cyberpunk. Yeah, but they fixed the bug, Shuri. You don't fall through the earth anymore in Cyberpunk. Have they fixed that bug on the corner of the street where every car crashed that came around? Remember that one? My goodness, that was hilarious. Hi Alex, 100k subs makes me sing, guys. My all-time favourite video. The Road to Hell. Do you think Starfield is worth playing if you get it for free on Game Pass? No. I mean, it depends what you want out of the game. If you want to loot a shooter, then absolutely it's worth playing. If you want a space role-playing game, then no. Absolutely not. Yes, I am. Sorry, Cameron, yes, Red Dead Redemption 2 stream will continue. I haven't uninstalled it or anything. It's still there. It's just I've been really busy with stuff at the minute. So it's kind of yeah, took a bit of a, but it's still there. I'll be doing it for sure. I haven't watched Oppenheimer. We haven't been out to the movies. We're thinking of going to watch The Cry of Freedom. That's just coming to the UK, so we're probably going to go and see that. Yes, you can still grab a mug off my channel. Yours has got a crack in it after 3 years. I'd ask for a refund, mate. Mine's still good, but yeah, there's a link in my description of where you can buy all t-shirts. Oh, the mug has colours on it. We were literally in the Discord. Pipes was talking to us about it, one of these subs, and I'm gonna redesign all my merchandise and get some up-to-date ones going, like I love Starfield and. I don't want to shit too much on Starfield. Yeah, I do. Let's do more. Starfield versus No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, but the different games. So, I mean, No Man's Sky isn't an RPG for a start, but not a Starfield. Oh, that was a bit brutal. That was a bit brutal there, guys. The fucking gloves are off now. Oh. Did someone just set me up for that or what? I think I got set up for that one. It's true. It's funny because it's true, guys. Yeah. Oh dear. Your Valheim hoodie and Black Forest mug. I've got in my... I didn't even see it. You know when Contact came out? The Armour 3... the Armour 3 DLC. It was alright. It was very suspenseful until you actually realised there was nothing there worth doing anything about. But the guys sent me this really expensive case with state-of-the-art walkie-talkies in them, and it's never been opened. I use it as a block for our dog so she doesn't eat the electrical circuits on a exposed kind of plug outlet in the kitchen. So that's actually that's when you're talking about you got all these things for Valheim. I got that from Arma 3 Contact, and it's a damn good thing to block a dog from chewing on an electrical socket. But as for what's inside, well, I don't know how good the mics are on the walkie-talkies. Yeah. Let's not go out of bounds this time. I sold loads of mugs, but I don't know why they're not on there anymore. Can you have a look? Oh, we have had a look, haven't we? They're not there. Yeah. Hey, Starfield ran great on my PC. Absolutely no problems, no crashes, and it was hanging around 48 to 60 frames a second. You know, you can play on that. And I had the graphics turned up rather high. Remember Skyrim on that? Remember the opening of Skyrim on the back of that wagon? You're going to be executed. Yeah, I was expecting an intro of similar kind of epic proportions. I was just down a mine doing fuck all, basically. We'll go for River City, I think. It'd be ×1. Ah, Grim Plexus. Oh. I have played Hell Let Loose. The bunker's going to turn into my new streaming channel, I think. Yeah, a lot of people had problems with Starfield. I don't know whether it was a card-specific issue or what. Never mind the review, I'm 20 hours on the game. That's good. I was, I think, 22 hours when I quit. Yeah, the RJ, alright, there's Cassa's gonna go through them and filter them. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Mac, do you think your review of Starfield will age well or poorly? It's just my opinion, so it's irrelevant, really.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
It is what it is. It's a review of a first-person role-playing game set in space, and in my opinion, it's not very good. For the reasons that I showed, which were valid reasons. They weren't lies. They were backed up with video proof. You know, so it is what it is. If you are the kind of person that can play a role-playing game with all of that shite going on, then good. I can't, and that's the reason I reviewed it the way I did. It's all about immersion, and Starfield has like very, very little immersion. Very disappointing game. Very disappointing. But great looter shooter. Really good fun as a looter shooter. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna pull right here on.
Boss Echo 55.
Echo 6, you say, huh? No contest, Baldur's Gate 3 Game of the Year. Well, not necessarily. Might win role-playing game of the year, but no. Game of the year, I don't know about that. We shall see. We shall see. They may be going that way. I'm gonna follow that battle master.
Target spotted.
See which way they're going. Let's flank the bastards. He's seen something he doesn't like. Look at him. Look at him. Are you French or what?
Target spotted.
Oh, that's what he saw.
Stalker Echo 7.
Target spotted.
He looks alone, that stalker. Are you alone, son? Have you
Target spotted.
committed the cardinal sin of being alone? Huh? If you have, I'll finish you. You're not alone. Oh, but I nearly cut you.
Target spotted.
Woohoo!
Target spotted.
I just
Target
escaped
spotted.
that. Let's keep rounding on these guys. And just hope
Target
nothing
spotted.
comes round D6.
Target spotted.
If I can flank this guy. Oh yeah, you've got the idea, mate. You've got the idea. Have a look. Let's have a look. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Yes, he's got. This guy has the idea. He knows the dance. Let's flank these bastards. Sorry guys, I'm flanking.
Target
bastards.
destroyed.
Oh, looking at the map, we are heavily flanking them.
Target spotted.
Let's cut our losses now and come. Oh yeah, who's that?
Target acquired.
Panther, 350 meters away.
Target spotted.
Oh, they've spotted him. Oh, mate, you should have waited till I see. If I'd been him, I wouldn't have fired till I arrived. But he's gonna give away our position a bit early. Oh, everybody's flanked.
Target spotted.
Look at that. They're packed over
Target
Fox
spotted.
7.
Oh, they're down in that valley. They are. They're gonna get wrecked. Beautiful.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I'm taking a bit of heat from the cops. Bit of heat, bit of heat, bit of heat.
Target spotted.
Let me around here.
Target spotted.
Oops.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
I'm happy with that exchange.
Affirmative.
I'm just gonna kiss this rock to stop his missiles hitting us. He's lost luck on us.
Target spotted.
Oh, mate, you're getting wrecked. Wrecked, sir. Wrecked. I have to switch to thermal. I
Target
can't see.
destroyed.
Whooped.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Ah, fuck it. Let's charge. Let's just charge.
Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
You're hitting your own people. Ah, hitting theirs as well.
Target spotted. Target
Base is
spotted.
being captured.
Ah, look at
Target
them.
Destroyed.
They're trying to capture the base because they know they've got no mechs
Target
left.
spotted.
Pathetic.
Target acquired.
Let's kill these guys
Target
quick.
spotted.
Sorry guys, I'll be with you in a
Target
second.
destroyed. New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
This is over. This is over.
Target spotted.
He's dead. He's got one leg now.
Target
He's
destroyed.
dead. Doomed.
Thanks.
No? Where? Oh, is it the base, isn't he? Well, my mech's too slow. Oh, there's Malto. Hello, Malto. There's Malto. He's in the stream. That's hilarious. Hate is a very strong word. I don't like the word hate.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
You should reserve the word hate for special occasions.
Target spotted.
I heavily dislike.
Yeah, it looked like it.
I don't need advanced zoom on this. It only has 645
Target
range,
spotted.
so it's kind of wasted on this mech. But I have got it on a couple of me mechs that, you know, have long range sniping.
Target spotted.
Kilos, I'm back at our base. Everybody's going to red.
Enemy base is being captured.
Dislike.
Target spotted.
Boxing King, you kind of spot on there. Like, see, that's the thing, innit? That people forget.
Target spotted.
One thing saying, "Oh, this game's not too bad," but
Enemy
how much was the
base
game
is
again?
being captured.
85 quid. Wow. Spare a thought for Australians.
Yeah.
You can double it for them.
Thank you.
I agree with Lewis. No one can really tell you if you will enjoy Starfield or not. Reviews are opinions. That's it. And do you know what? Even IGN, you know, they have a team of reviewers. They have tons of different reviewers. So the person who reviewed Starfield, he gave it a 7. If they'd give it to someone else, they may have given it a 10. Someone else might have given it a 5. It's all just opinions of the reviewers. However, there's a bit of a caveat to that. There are definitely mitigating circumstances called dollars that you have to kind of factor in to certain reviews from certain people. Yeah, and that's all I'm saying on that. But we all know that's true. You can't compare No Man's Sky at all to Starfield because they're completely different games. I compared one tiny aspect of No Man's Sky, the actual flight physics of whether you can, when you approach a planet, how you can fly from space through the atmosphere, choose your landing spot, fly round and round the planet if you want, looking out your window at all the different areas of the planet, scanning the planet and deciding where you want to land. In Starfield, you press a button. So yeah, I was just comparing them to aspects of the game. I wasn't comparing Starfield to No Man's Sky because completely different. I don't know why Skyrim gets the hate it gets. It doesn't deserve it because Skyrim was a fucking great game. Really good game. Oh, No Man's Sky was garbage when it came out. I absolutely trashed No Man's Sky when it came out. My goodness, I don't know what I'd give it, but it was horrific. I destroyed No Man's Sky. Rightly so, because it was garbage. Everything that Sean Murray had said, well, not everything, but a lot of it was just not true. The poor lad got carried away with the hype, I think. He was put from one interview to another. I don't think he was prepared for it, and he just started saying things that weren't true. He kind of had in his head this version of the game that didn't exist. Oh yeah, you can do all this and that and that. Like, really though, kind of. I bet he got mugged when he went back to the office of his developers. We can't do that. What are you saying, Sean? I got totally carried away. But fair dues to the lad. You know, they took the heat. They took a hell of a lot of heat, and they didn't cry and run away. They got their fucking sleeves rolled up and fixed it, and turned out a really good game. So, yeah, well done. No, it is good though. Now, No Man's Sky, it is a good game. We all played it for a few weeks, a couple of years ago, and we had a blast. It was so much fun. I mean, you've got to kind of not think of the modding community as a group of people that's going to fix your game, because that's not what the modding community was. The modding community made great games even better. Now it feels like games are released and it's the modders will fix it. Fuck it, the modders. It sucks. Well, I didn't even mention the pronouns. I mean, I don't think... I disagree with you. I don't think that a large percentage of the hate is because of pronouns. I think a large percentage of the hate for Starfield is because it's just not a great game. I mean, I could have gone to town on the pronouns. I could have gone to town on the fact that pretty much all the male characters wanted to do it with us. You know, when I had a male character at first. And it was just like, if I'd wanted to kind of go down that kind of road, the woke road, I could have. But there was plenty wrong with the game without even going anywhere near all of that. You know, that stuff wasn't why Starfield sucked. The reason Starfield sucked is because it's lacking immersion. The role-playing choices weren't great. It's full. You can't even open a fucking door without a loading screen. What's that about? Some of the characters are... Well, a lot of the characters are awful. The cliched kind of companions you get when they're not talking over each other. They're just kind of full of... I mean, I will own you. It's like, what? Shut up. You couldn't own you couldn't even pick up that fucking gun in real life, let alone own anybody with it. You know, it was just kind of bleh. Well, David, thank you very much for that, but I was one of them. I mean, I couldn't stand Fallout 76. I was so hyped for that. If you watch it's probably still on my channel, the E3 announcement of Fallout 76 blew me away. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is a dream come true. Fallout in co-op. Life doesn't get better than that. And I was just like adamant that it was going to be great right up to the time that I played it and realised it was garbage. So yeah, I should have never trusted Bethesda again, but I'm a sucker for space games. And I'm a sucker for role-playing games. And when they kind of said, hey look, we did Starfield, we did Fallout, we've never created the new world for 25 years and here it is, Starfield, and you saw all them great kind of cutaways, then you saw the first person shooting, which looked pretty decent. I was just like, I was all in at that point. I'm a glutton for punishment. people call me a hater, but deep down I'm very much a pessimist. Sorry, an optimist. I said the wrong one. I'm very much an optimist for games. It's because I want them to succeed so badly. And that's probably why I'm so harsh when they fail. Because I'm so fucking gutted that they've failed that I just want to rip them a fucking new arsehole, like. Because they've let me down massively with their bullshit, with the hype, and all these shilling YouTubers who are pretending the game's great and saying, oh, I'm having such a blast. It's, oh, I guarantee with Starfield, right? You analysed why people like it so much, it'll be because of the first person looting shooting. It's not, I haven't seen one person think that it's a great RPG. Like, not one. And I swear that, and I know a lot of people who've played this for way more hours than I have who quite like the game. And none of them like it because of the RPG elements. It's just like, it's a fun first person shooter. Because it is. I'll tell you something else, you know. When I was, which I've never told anybody yet, when I was playing Starfield for my second video. So this was after the review. This was my Why Starfield Sucks. I was playing the game, getting extra footage that I wanted. And I wanted to, I don't know what I was checking. I was checking something after I'd made that video. And I went back into the game one last time. And I went, I wish I could remember what I was trying to do something. And I ended up doing this main mission. And I went to this laboratory. And it was the exact same laboratory that was featured in my initial review. With the same, in my review, you'll see a point where I open a shutter and I throw a grenade down and there's two guys sitting on a bench. And the grenade goes, it bounces past them, but it still kills them. And I then jump down and there's a big firefight. I went to that same place on a different fucking planet, and every single guy is in exactly the same place. It was complete copy and paste of an entire area of a planet. But that was after I'd done the video and I wasn't going to do any more videos. And I was thinking, my goodness, that's fucking tragic. That's absolutely disgraceful. I mean, I know No Man's Sky copies all the buildings, but No Man's Sky is not an RPG. And it's not 85 quid either. You know, it's just kind of, it just sucks, like. It just sucks, it really does. For a company like Bethesda to do that, I mean, what the hell? Sort yourselves out. The shipbuilding was good, I never got around to really doing a lot with it, unfortunately. I was going to build the Millennium Falcon. One of my all-time, in fact, my all-time favourite spaceship. But I couldn't be bothered because I knew the rest of the game sucked. So I'll never play it again. I mean, unless modders. I don't see modders can't fix this because it's an engine problem. It's an engine problem. So how are modders going to fix an engine problem? They can't. That's the problem. Now, the bottom line is that Bethesda fucked up big time with Starfield. That's it. I totally agree. It's not really a role-playing game. And the perk system, man, don't get me started on the perk system. You need a perk to stealth. Why? Why? Oh, no. I was really surprised how bad it was. Not in my wild... I was expecting a good game. I actually thought Starfield was Game of the Year. I always had it that Starfield was like Game of the Year. I fell for the hype. I fell for the 40-minute video. I fell for what people were saying about it. And I couldn't believe how bad it was when I played it. For an RPG. I mean, look, when I was reviewing it, I was reviewing it as an RPG. I wasn't reviewing it as a looter shooter or how much fun you could have out of aspects of the game. It's an RPG, so you have to do that. If I was going to buy a Ferrari and I went to a Ferrari garage and I says, look, I want a Ferrari, Can I test drive that? And he pulled round a fucking JCB and says, "There you are, Mac, get in this, we'll take it for a test drive." I said, "It's a fucking JCB." So yeah, but watch this, watch how good it digs fucking holes. Yeah, I don't care, I don't want to dig a fucking hole. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, I want this, but I'm getting that. I'm getting a first-person looter shooter. I don't want that. If I want that, I'll go and play fucking The Division 2. You know what I mean? I want an RPG, a deep RPG set in space where I can fly a spaceship around and discover things. And I didn't get any of that. And that's what the game was billed as. It wasn't billed as a first-person looter shooter. That's what I got. And that's why Starfield fails. End of story, really. And I don't give a fuck who you are as a reviewer. That's the problem. Look, all the reviewers said that. Like, IGN said the same. You know, they just said it in a much nicer way than me. In a more forgiving way than me. But at the end of the day, they're all saying the same thing. But in a very nice, damaged, controlled way. Do you know what I mean? It's... JCBs are great at what they do. But that's not what I want. I want a fucking RPG. And I didn't get one. And that's why it got 4.5 out of 10. But I think I said... I don't know if I said it in my second video, but if I was reviewing a looter shooter, I would have given Starfield 7 out of 10. Absolutely. If Starfield had said, look, this is a great space looter shooter, and you know what? We've even added RPG elements and a bit of space travel, but it's a looter shooter. It's a first-person shooter, looter shooter. Ada says, hey, look, I might have even given it 8 out of 10, because you know what? To have all these other aspects of a game, as well as your first-person looter shooter, man, that's great. But it was a fucking RPG, a role-playing game, where you can't even open a fucking door without a loading screen. Where the NPCs are awful. Where the story's bad. Where there was no fucking taking off in your space. It doesn't even have vertical fucking thrust, your spaceship. You know what? Going from one planet to another, press a fucking button. If you want to fly, loading screen to get into your ship. Cutscene to get into your fucking chair. Cutscene to fucking go and jump. Cutscene to fucking land. Loading screen to get out your ship. Are you fucking serious? For a role-playing game? Go fuck yourself, Todd. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Fuck off, man. Role-playing game. Absolute garbage for a role-playing game. Get out. It's a looter shooter, that's what it is. And don't let anybody see it anything otherwise, because that's what the fuck it is. Well, it is. It's fucking... It is. That's exactly what the game is. It's not a role-playing game at all. I'm sorry, when I walk into my kitchen, there's not a fucking loading screen. I walk into the fucking kitchen, you know what I'm saying? Ah, dear. Did I shout there, Cass? Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, dear me. It is. It's just. It sucks. It could have been. Do you know what? It's easy to just take the piss out of it, but I'm pissed off. It could have been great. Imagine if Starfield had been what it was supposed to be. I mean, imagine how it would have been one of the games of the decade. Can you imagine the space flight of No Man's Sky, coming into planets and just reaching that atmosphere, scanning around? What the hell's that over there? What's that? Just, it would have been awesome. Awesome. I'm gutted. I really am. Absolutely gutted. The Elite Dangerous, the flight in Elite Dangerous blew me away. I'm gonna review Cyberpunk DLC. Yeah, I don't think modders can fix it. Kinetics in. I don't think they can, because it's an engine problem, isn't it? They used the 11-year-old engine for a game that they kind of wanted to be way. I mean, if you look at how much more complex Starfield was going to be than Skyrim, why would you use? Oh. What do I know? Yeah. You know, I'm not a developer. The only code I know is how to spell boobs on a calculator by turning it upside down. That's not true. I used to walk into Dixon's in the 90s, and I would type 10 space, I don't know, big boobs, and 20 go to 10 run, and it would just put it all over the screen, and then you get kicked out of the store manager. So that's my gaming credentials right there. And if you put I think a semicolon, it went all over the screen instead of just a column. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not you know. But I tell you what, I guarantee you this. I bet there was a ton of developers that work for Bethesda that were just crying themselves to sleep. But why are they doing? Why are we using? What have we told to do this for? I bet they were so pissed off. I would have hated to have been a talented coder working on Starfield. Can you imagine that? That's like the definition of torture. You know, you could do so much more, but you're forced to do that. How awful must that have been? I couldn't do that. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. To be fair, I literally couldn't do that because I need job satisfaction. I really do. I couldn't do that. I literally couldn't do that. That takes a special kind of dedication to just throw your talent away. Oh. You went all out for Elite. Hot ass VR headset, voice recognition. Couldn't get into it. Well, I do apologize. There is no hope for you, sir. Because it blew me away doing exactly what you've just said. I was just astounded. When I piloted my ship into the space station in VR with the hot ass, it was just one of my all-time greatest gaming experiences. It was just insane. Insane. Do they even have a quality assurance team? I don't even know if they do, Jonas. I mean, do any AAA games have a quality assurance? I'm sure they possibly don't now. I don't even think they know what that word means. Quality. I think my all-time great. I should do a video on my all-time favorite. I can tell you some off the top of my head that were groundbreaking. People use groundbreaking now out of context completely. It's just no, that was a great. Well, I'll tell you what was groundbreaking. Seeing Quake in 3D FX. That was groundbreaking. That blew everybody away. Nobody saw that coming. That was just like, oh my goodness, what is this? I have been abducted by aliens. This is crazy. We had never seen anything like that before. So that was the first one, probably. Leaving the vault in Fallout 3 was another groundbreaking moment for most gamers. It was just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can walk around this. This is actually a fucking world. That was just crazy. That was just, it blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Half-Life. Remember the train ride into Half-Life? Going to work. It's like, oh my goodness. I'm going to work. This is, look at the guys down there at work. Look, this, it was groundbreaking. Because all we'd had before that was Quake and Doom and Heretic and Hexen. You know what I mean? So we got this amazing Half-Life thing where it just rewrote first-person shooters overnight. And do you know, some of you might have heard this, but we ran the Quake UK Quake Championships. It was called The Gathering up at Edinburgh, and one of the jobs I had to do was marketing. I had to try and get as many prizes as I could to come up here. So we were contacting everybody, and Valve were one of the companies we contacted, and they sent a team up to a Quake competition, right? And they brought with them some prizes to give away, and they did a little speech there was about 100 people there at this LAN party, this Quake LAN party, and they did a speech on Half-Life. It hadn't been released. It was like what Half-Life was going to be, and they were doing all this spiel, and we were all Quake fans, so you can imagine the room. And this guy put his hand up and says, "Can you do rocket jumping?" It was like, that was the mentality of first-person shooters back in, this will have been 96, it was, 1996. So probably halfway through the development of Half-Life. And we couldn't even imagine a whole world where you went to work in a first-person shooter with this amazing story taking place around you. All we wanted to know was, can you fucking rocket jump? Is there rail guns in it? You know, or do we get a nail gun? It was just, that was the mentality. So when it came out and released, it blew everybody away. It was like, what the fuck? So that was why Half-Life was a definite. Unreal was another one, because Unreal was one of the first, apart from Duke Nukem, it was one of the first co-op experiences I kind of had in Unreal. That's like not Unreal Tournament. I'm talking about Unreal the game. There was a non-competitive Unreal that released before they went into the PvP. They went into the PvP to copy Quake, obviously, and there was a big fight between Quake and Unreal Tournament. And Quake was better. Just saying, like. Steam. We didn't have Steam back then. Steam? Nobody had Steam. The first time Steam, there's still a video. There's a video on YouTube on Mac and Mesh of the first time I ever ran Steam. And I think it was for Half-Life 2. I think Half-Life 2 was the first game that required Steam. And it took about 2 hours to install it. It was just crazy, Steam. And it was terrible when it first fucking launched. Oh. Yeah. Now the Starfield. Yeah. Other groundbreaking moments for me was definitely, I can show you one actually. Actually, I'll not bother, but I was going to show you a video on worth a buy. It was VR, again VR, in a Formula 1 car in Project Cars 2. Absolutely blew me away. I couldn't believe how good it was. I'm a massive Formula 1 fan. From back in the 80s, watching the turbos, Nigel Mansell, Piquet, Prost, Senna, all of that, right through for decades, watched Formula 1. And playing Project Cars 2 in VR was the first time I used to race go-karts, IRL. And so when I got into Project Cars 2, it was incredible. It just blew me away. Because I was sitting in the cockpit of a car, and when I was racing around the Parabolica at Monza, it was just insane. And then coming off that, off the edge of the Parabolica down this main street at Monza, oh my goodness, it was just incredible. An incredible moment that I'll never ever forget. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Elite docking was another one of my all-time moments. And I'm going to say, what do you call it? Half-Life Alex was another one. I've never been so terrified in a game in my life as I was in Half-Life. It just, when I think of all the games that scared me over the years, these 2D games that you play without VR, my goodness, nothing. When I was in that elevator and the guy was in there, what do you call him?
Jeff.
And Jeff, I have hung them brown pants on my wall in a frame. I haven't really, but that just was just another. It was just another level. Like it's just another level. People say VR was a fad. It was not a fad and isn't a fad. VR is just incredible, absolutely incredible. But you have to have the right game for it. And there's been so much shite released on VR. It's kind of saturated the whole platform really with shite. But there's some cracking games out there that will just blow your mind in VR. And there's some shite as well. But yeah, Stanley Parable. When that guy read my mind, that was hilarious. That bit, yeah. So yeah, there's been some really good stuff over the last 30 years that I've really been blown away with, to be honest. And I have high standards of games because I've played games for 35 years, and I compare every first-person shooter to Half-Life because that's where the standard is. And rightly so. You should do that. And you know, when I look back at a lot of the games now, a lot of these modern games don't even come close to beating games from the 90s and the noughties. I think 98 to 2008 is probably the best decade ever in gaming. And we haven't bettered that yet, and that's a fucking disgrace that we haven't bettered that. Oh yeah, we've got better graphics. And I think the real-time strategy has bettered. I mean, obviously you go back to Command & Conquer. Yeah. It was great at the time. It was another groundbreaking. Dune 2 was groundbreaking for me. But when you look at how much more they are now, these RTS games, yeah, they've kind of really bettered the older games. But what, you go back to some of the older RPG games of the 90s and noughties, and they're a sight better than a lot of them today. You don't have the graphics, but my goodness, you've got the depth, and it's about the gameplay and depth. Graphics will never make a game ever, despite what a lot of people say that they will. They won't. It's about the gameplay, and unfortunately, we just haven't bettered a lot of them. We've got new genres of games that we never had. I mean, you like your Satisfactories and stuff, and RimWorld. You know, they've kind of evolved from MUDs probably, which were just text things. It's we should be getting a lot better. We deserve a lot better as gamers, but corporations took over the gaming industry and have fucked it up. That's what's gone wrong. It's all the shareholders and the skimping on things. That's why I like what Larian did with Baldur's Gate. They didn't have any of that. They didn't have people barking down the throat saying, oh, you gotta release it now. They says, no, we're gonna release it in another year because we're just not happy. And that's what we need across the board. We need more big companies like that can do that shit. Because I guarantee none of the other AAA companies can do it. Oh, Dawn of War was great. I love Winter Assault, Dawn of War. That was an add-on. I loved that. I loved Winter Assault add-on. It was just so damn good. I did play Supreme Commander, yeah. I preferred, I mean, a lot of people say it was, I mean, I don't know. I just really preferred Total Annihilation. The original, Settlers 3 and Settlers 4 were the best Settlers games for me. But, you know, Settlers 3 and 4 were totally different to Settlers 1 and 2. And they were totally different again to how it evolved in 7 and 8. So, yeah, it depends what you wanted. But I loved the whole, I think it was in its prime at 3 and 4. Like. Populous. I never got into Populous. I don't know why. I didn't get into Populous. I mean, Red Dead Redemption, fantastic. I played that on the 360, loved it, and on the PC with Red Dead Redemption 2, absolutely cracking game. GTA 5 again, another cracking game. I loved. I think my favourites I thought, do you know what? Out of all the G, I like the first G. Did anyone ever play the first? It was a top-down, the first GTA. What was that Microsoft game? Oh, what the fuck? There was a driving game by Microsoft. We're going back shit many years here, decades. It was really good fun. Midtown Madness. There you go. Thanks, bud. Midtown Madness was great fun. Whatever happened to that? Why didn't they continue with that? That was fun, Midtown Madness. Oh, SimCity on. I tell you what, we've got City Skylines 2 this year as well. Driver was fun. Driver was really good fun. That was a company near me that made that. The back end of the car was out at every fucking corner. That was great laugh. Driver. Red Dead Redemption 3 is not in development. Yeah. Did someone say it was like? Red Dead 2 was good. I'm streaming that at the minute, not like now, but we started that about 2 weeks ago. I'll continue with it because it's such a good game. Driver was good. Worms was so much fun. The Warriors was awful. Really? Did Midtown Madness become Rockstar North? Well, I didn't know that. Oh, Syndicate was good. Spy vs. Spy was another good one. I don't know if any of you ever played that. City Skylines plus 1,000 paid DLCs. Well, the thing is, Pipes, I don't mind the fact that I don't mind DLCs provided they aren't stealing parts of the game. If the game is released in its wholeness, and then after a few months they kind of say, oh, this is a lot of people like this, let's start adding more content, then they should be paid for that. Because, you know, they've made the game, it's finished, they've been paid for that, but people want to keep adding content. I love DLCs if it's for a game that I like, that's finished. Well, then there's nothing wrong with that. I'd rather that than them just say, no, we're leaving that game now. You'll never get any more content for it. Go fuck yourselves. It was like, you know, oh, that would be a travesty. So I don't mind DLCs, provided, of course, they haven't took the game and sliced it up, which is what a lot of these big companies do, unfortunately. They cut them up and they will give you a bit of it here and a bit of it there. That's disgraceful. But unfortunately, that's what a lot of companies do. I mean, they used to be called add-ons back in the day. And I used to get... I mean, for example, Dawn of War we talked about. When base game of Dawn of War released, it was great. And then they decided, because, hey, look, everybody likes it, let's make Winter Assault. And they made a few others. And they were essentially DLCs. It's just that you didn't download them at the time because we didn't have the internet. You bought them on a fucking disc. But they were the same. And I love that. As long as the game is good and you get the whole game. But you can tell when you don't get the whole game. It's so obvious because you'll buy a game on day one, and then the day after that there's a DLC with some important features of that game. That's what I hate. That's bullshit. Warcraft 2 was great. Warcraft 1 was great. It was a different Warcraft 1, if you remember that. That came out round about the same time of Command & Conquer, but it was a different take on the whole RTS thing. That kind of blew me away. All the little grunts. I knew nothing about the Warcraft lore at that time. Yeah. Carmageddon. Didn't that get banned in Germany or somewhere? It wasn't a great game, but it was a funny game. Destiny's add-ons are £35 each. What? It's a fucking game? Wow, I didn't know that. That's nuts. Yeah, I had good fun in Worms. I am hyped for space, despite the disappointment of many of the big games this year. I'm still hyped for Space Marine. Oh my goodness. I mean, I think they've made a good choice in using the World War Z engine to have them Zergs coming at you. Oh man, yeah. With that gun, the heavy bolter. It's gonna be a lips out game, Space Marine 2. I think I'll love it. I can't wait. I'll not get a key, like. Yeah, I'm not allowed a key. But yeah, the Tyranids. R-Type, great call. R-Type was great. Did you not like them games in the 90s? You know, where you have the spaceship with these basic little pew-pew, but the more aliens you kill, and then there'll be another thing that you have to grab, and that gives you 2 guns. And then you get another one that gives you 3 guns and a shield and missiles. And it's kind of like a progression as your ship gets bigger and better. I was addicted to them games in the 90s. They were just awesome. R-Type was one of the better of them as well. Yeah, they were great fun games, weren't they? Did any of you ever play Battle Isle? I mean, I think it was a turn-based game, but bloody hell. I think I've probably done 1,000 hours in Battle Isle 2. Really fucking good games. I don't know if I had them on the... I think they were just like on the PC. I don't think they went to console. Battle Isle, I'm talking about. I think R-Type did. Actually, I've got the little miniature version of it. I love Factorio. It's Alien Breed was fun. I think the hardest game I ever played in the 90s was Commando. I literally wanted to throw my PC out the fucking window. That game was just... I mean, people think Dark Souls is hard. You ain't seen nothing until you try playing Commando. Fuck me. That game. It was brutal. Commando. Just... cruel, I'd say. Commando was a cruel game. Oh. It's only 9:45 here. Yeah. Now she's going out. Whether I have to drag her. That's fine. I'm going to end the stream shortly. Yes, Commandos. Sorry, did I say Commando? Yeah. Yeah, Commandos. I'll have my last game of this, I think. And then we'll finish. Take the dog out. I'll tell you what I loved. You know, if we're going to arcade machines now. Ikari Warriors. Did anyone ever play that? Does anyone even know what I'm talking about? Oh, you're just too young. Ikari Warriors was hilarious. The Commando music was good. Yeah. Oh, Flick did. Oh, Canyon Network. Let's do that. Oh, not that map. I'll alt and F4 for that map. Yeah, Battle Isle was great like that. All the oldies in here. Hilarious. Time Crisis, yes. Golden Axe was good as well. It was, exactly, Nate. It was like a co-op Commando. The music was awesome. Ikari Warriors. What was Desert Strike? I had that. Was that the mercenary game where you had like jets? I'm old, lol. Join the club, mate. Deep turn-based battle line. Yeah, you had to protect your units and they got stronger. Yeah, great game. Robo Recall. Yeah, I did a review of that battle mode. It's really good fun. Where you can rip their arms off and all that shit. Yeah, it was great.
Reactor online.
Did any of you play
Sensors
Tribes
online.
and Tribes 2?
Weapons
128 players with
online.
classes
Systems nominal.
and bases and vehicles in 1998. You can't even do that now in 2023. It's fucking hell. It's hilarious, isn't it? How we've just gone back over with games. 128 players, 1998. We had different classes. You had scouts, you had heavies with mortars, you had mid classes, you had 3 different types of vehicles, you had bases, capture the flag, huge map, open world. Yeah, we had all that in 1998. And now you can't even get 32 fucking players in a game. Fucking hell, man. Nuts, isn't it? Isn't it? Why is everybody following me? I'm reading the chat. I'm not even looking where I'm going. Everybody's... I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to have to stop you here, lads. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm pirouetting in circles. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I just thought I'd do a bit of a pirouette. I'm gonna go up here. Hard left. Got a guy on my left. I need to
Target
watch him.
spotted.
Got a firing line into from C5, C4 into B4.
Oh, we're on a European server, I think. He sounded a bit English. Have a look. Get him
Target acquired.
600 meters away, so he's not just behind that rock. He's on that other pillar over there. What's not happening over there? Get your head down, mate. I'm gonna keep up with my guys. Anno is awesome. Anno 1800 is a fabulous city builder. Highly recommended. Oh, International Karate Plus. That was a great game.
Target spotted.
We have the Exploding Fist as well. Really good fun. But they've now, evolved massively into your likes of Tekken and your Mortal Kombats, Street Fighters. But they were the pioneers
Target spotted.
of them games. Oh, shit, that's not a way up. I'm gonna be kind of stumped here.
Target spotted.
Oh well, we're still going round. That's cool. I'll follow these guys. Might get the flank on them.
New target acquired.
Yeah, he's only 300 meters away. They're just here. They're just here. How many of them? Have a look. Got some action. Alright, I don't want to deal with him. He's too fast. He will wreck a big sluggish mech like mine. Yeah, I ain't going around there for shit.
Target spotted.
That's death.
Come on, guys over there. Delta, finish it up and get over here. Need help? Call for help.
Target spotted.
Where'd he say? Oh, artillery.
This is on King Crab.
Delta 5. He's going around that corner. I need to turn around. Oh, there's a few around there. Oh, can I use this? Can I use this rock here? I do believe I can. There's a whole load of them over that hill. And there's a few around that corner as well. I can't get up there before I can actually. Oh. Yes, let's get up there.
Need assistance.
Let's get up there and fuck them. Shit, the flank's open here. Oh, there's a whole Lancer D4. Bloody hell. We need to kill these
Need
fast.
assistance.
I've missed the party.
New
I've missed the
target
party.
acquired.
I've missed the party here.
Need assistance.
they're all screwed. Oh, there's one here. One here. Oh, his lasers. Oh, his pew pews. Unless that guy killed him. Yeah, he did. Alright, let's head over and help these guys out at E4. 5-5. This matches.
Fucking help.
This matches anybody's. I'll stick with the lads. Somebody not happy he didn't get help. He's probably dead. Guns jamming. I'll try and scuttle across here. Get behind this barricade where that guy is.
Base is being captured.
Ah, there's always somebody spoiling things. Capping the bloody base. A lot of their mechs over here. I need to be very, very careful.
Base is being captured.
Yeah. Get wrecked.
95% captured.
Oh, artillery.
Base is being captured.
There's another one coming up there. There's 3 of them there. I ain't that stupid, mate. I ain't that
Enemy
stupid.
base is being captured.
I ain't that stupid. Might be a little bit stupid, but not that much stupid. Sorry, I'm
Base is being
missing
captured.
comments here and there.
Target acquired.
Suck my guns!
Being captured. Heat level critical. Base is being captured. Override
Yes!
done.
I had to override me heat there, like, or I was going to shut down.
Target acquired.
Alright, will be cool.
Enemy
Oh,
base is
Centurion,
being
they're tough.
captured.
It's going to be temperature. Temperatures are too high.
Base is being captured.
Guy's going to capture the base before we win. It sucks.
Enemy base
Gotta
is
push,
being
we've got to
captured.
push. We've got to push this guy.
Base is being captured. New target
That little
acquired.
fucking archer.
Enemy base is being captured. Base 75% captured.
I'm overheating.
Right torso critical damage. Right torso destroyed.
Damn it, I've lost half my guns.
Ammo destroyed.
Just charge, Mac. Just charge.
Ammo destroyed.
I have hardly any guns. Hardly any guns.
Autocannon destroyed.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Destroyed.
He's fucked. He's fucked.
Enemy base is being
He's fucked.
captured.
He's fucked. Don't let up.
Damage.
Don't let up. Mac, you've got nothing left. Oh dear. Oh well. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. Are we gonna win? No, we're not. There's only one guy left. It's a loss. A bridge too far. Oh, test drive was fantastic. I could talk all night. I could talk all night about all the great games that we've had. Test Drive Unlimited, absolutely amazing. I fear for Test Drive Solar Crown though. I really do. I really do. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good. So, yeah. But we'll keep hoping and praying that we get good games. And thank goodness for indie, because we do get some really good games. They might not have the graphics, but they've certainly got the gameplay. And this year has been really good for indies, so yeah. I am hoping. Frequency, I am. You gotta hope, like. Knights of the Old Republic is a good game. We don't get games like that anymore, unfortunately. You want to know? I'll sum up. I'm going to sum up 2023. Are you ready? I'm going to sum it up. Jean-Luc Picard saying fuck in Star Trek. That's the absolute state of 2023. Absolutely disgraceful. Star Trek. Fucking hell. I'm allowed to say fuck. I'm not Jean-Luc Picard. But, fucking hell, man. They did absolutely. We watched the end. We're late to the party. We just watched tonight the final episode of Picard. Oh, Megasaur! Fuck off. Honestly, it was like the fucking reunion of geriatrics on that final scene on the bridge of the Enterprise. My goodness. And on that bombshell, guys, I'm going to go and take the dog for a walk. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight for a bit of chat. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. It was fun. I'll see you at the weekend. So I'm going to burst that laughing. I'll just see it in my head. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Yeah. There you go. Thanks a lot, guys. Have fun in Starfield tomorrow. Yeah. No, do buy it and check it out for yourselves. Check it out. That's what I'll say. Watch some streams of it. Watch a few reviews of it. Check it out for yourselves. Reviews are opinions.